another dude.
Hey everyone, I hope you guys are having a great day, and if not, I wish you a better one tomorrow. So, Marvel has now put their leg onto a race for a hero shooter. Basically what I'm saying is Marvel Rivals is coming. Now I don't know when or what the time is. I mean, I want to sit here and gush about how there's characters like Spider-Man, Venom, Incredible Hulk, Iron Man, the Punisher, even Rocket Raccoon's gonna make the scene. But I'm not here trying to gush about the game, or what I've seen, or what I've heard. But I'm here to talk about hero shooters that might fill the bill. Because there are people out there that might not be able to play it because they don't have the device, or they just can't wait for it and looking for something to pass the time. Maybe they don't have the money and they're trying to protect their wallets. Or maybe, just maybe, you've played all these other types of games and you're looking to see if there's more out there to get you feeling. Who or whatever you are, don't worry, I got you. Nitrex Speed's the name, and playing lots of games and knowing about them is, well, my game. But before I get down to business, I would like you guys to please like, comment, and subscribe. Helps the channel out, gets me up to those numbers, and who knows, you might find value of what I have to say, and you might even have something tasty to play. But that being said, let's get into it. Now, the first of the list I'm going to start with, in this category, we're doing unfortunate mentions. And just a brief cap of what that is, simply you can't find this game anywhere else, but it still have like a community backing it. And the first game we're going to start with is Evolve. Now, for those of you who don't know what this game is, the best way to describe it is Dead by Daylight, but you get to attack the killer. From an assault, to a support, to a defender type character, or a trapper who need to hunt down and stop this monster, or you're the player that plays as a monster who has to kill the hunters before they kill you. Unfortunately, you cannot play this game on the console. They have shut the game down. The only thing you can do is play a single player portion. However, there is a small glimmer of hope. And a small glimmer of hope is if you're a PC player, I would suggest checking out the game, being that there is a very, very small community that's keeping the game alive and fresh, being that they made it free to play and you can, go around and have fun. So do what you will with that one. Next up is a game that was killed by Blizzard's Special Baby. And the game I'm talking about is 2K Special Battleborn. Now, Battleborn is nothing really too special to really cheer or praise for, but the one special thing that it has on Blizzard's baby, and that is that it offered PvE and PvP. The game's story is very simple and easy to explain. You play as all these types of badasses who fight against this one guy whose whole purpose is basically turning off the lights. In other words, he wants to destroy all the stars in the sky because he wants it to be dark. Now, your job is to stop this man and every minion and boss that he ever has in tow. It has 5 players that you can play up to. I think it was a unique game, but you needed people to play it, or else going in by yourself, you're gonna get your ass chopped off. Sadly and unfortunately, this game has been delisted. I don't know if there is an offline version that you can play or enjoy, but it's been delisted from both the store, and on top of all things, it's very hard to find. But if you do have it, I suggest taking a look at it, to enjoy something that Blizzard's baby has not yet offered. Even though they have offered some type of PvE system, it's just not Gucci fresh. Next up to this unfortunate chopping block is For Honor. Now, For Honor once upon a time was one of my favorite unique fighting game systems, but it's not just a fighting game. It's a game where each character has a specific class, ability, and strat that you can use in other modes. I say it's a fighting game because mainly I just do the fighting game portion. However, there are other modes where there's like conquest, domination, and more, where you and 3 other fellows go about your days as a warrior, where you can be either a samurai, a Viking, or some paladin going around causing mayhem and destruction. Unfortunately, you can't download this game in the store. At least to my current knowledge. I might have to do another bit of research, put out any information that I either said that's wrong or any types of clarifications that needs to be said. But otherwise, it's really hard to obtain this game, and the community is not that strong on For Honor. But if you're looking for something that you and your friends can play and group up on, I suggest trying to give this game a try. If you don't have it digitally or physically, I could suggest getting Ubisoft Pass, but I don't want to give Ubisoft money. But like I said, if you're looking for other games to check out, I recommend it. Okay, the last game for the unfortunate chopping block is Rainbow Six Siege. Now, the funny thing about this is this game isn't delisted, but what the problem is the whole community behind it is kind of diminishing. And on top of that, they keep changing their characters. But nonetheless, it's a game where you can either work on the attacking side or the defending side. Well, it doesn't really matter because the game switches it up anyways. But hey, if you're looking for a highly competitive game where you want to put your whole strengths into, I suggest this. But warning, the salt level is high in this game. Alright, now we're moving on to visual mentions. Just to clarify what this is, these are games that I've seen bits of gameplay and clips of, but have not really experienced. But that doesn't mean that these games, in my clarifications, are far away from the truth of what today's video is about. Starting off, we're going with the godfather of all hero shooters, and that is Team Fortress 2. Put respect on the name. This game, you have lots of different characters to choose from the medic to the engineer to the sniper, the scout, spy, soldier, heavy, and pyro. And there's more characters too. And this game, to top it off, is a free-to-play game. Only for PC though, I have to clarify that. Unless you're still somewhat of a player playing on 360, then you have options because you can play this game on Orange Box, which includes Team Fortress 2, Half-Life 2, and Portal. But if you do, tell Steam, yeah, keep games like that coming. Next up is X Primal. Now, even though this game, from the most part, from what I've seen, is more PvE, but from also what I've seen, it's more of a tactical team co-op shooter. That don't make sense, but it's a co-op game where you and some other individuals pilot these X Primal mechs. I don't know what they're called, but you fight dinosaurs. Yeah, with mechs. It kind of sounds like Earth Defense Force, but that's not what this game is. Literally, that's the whole plot. You're fighting dinosaurs. Not trying to say anything like it's boring or nothing. I'm just saying and calling it what it is. It's a game where you fight against dinosaurs. But check it out. The final game I have for visual mentions is Gigantic. Now, even though this could have actually ended up on unfortunate mentions, but the reason why it hasn't ended up on unfortunate mentions is because back then the game was a free-to-play game and they shut it down for whatever reason, and I was a little sad because I barely played the game. I played it for like a few seconds and that was it. But all of a sudden they relaunched this game years later and it's 20 bucks. Honestly, it's a small price to pay just to be able to play your favorite game again, and that's a happy ending story right there. So in this game, you play as one or maybe a couple different characters. I haven't really played it that much, but your whole goal is you're supposed to help these giant monsters beat the other monster down while fighting other players who have particular heroes that they can use. It actually looks like a fun little brawl beat 'em up thing. But hey, I don't know much about this game. Go check it out. Alright, now it's time for my honorable mentions. We're kicking things off with something big, and that is Titanfall 2. Now I know a lot of people are going to be like, wait a minute, how is this game a hero shooter? You can't classify this game as a hero shooter. You can create a class, you parkour, there's this and that, yeah. But listen, first off, each pilot you select has different abilities that can help your teammates in many ways. Secondly, when you play games like Last Titan Standing, that game mode, you play as a Titan and you only use the skills of what that Titan can do against your enemies. And let me tell you, each of the Titans are iconic to use. Not to mention, this game is actually pretty fun. And I just want to uplift the game a little bit, if I may. I'm just saying, go try and check it out. It's not expensive from last I saw. It might be on sale for $5, $2, it depends. And when I say that, the game version that I'm talking about that's on sale is like the complete edition, where you get all the cosmetics and other little nice little trinkets you get to keep to yourself. And not to mention, it does offer a story mode if you want to play that solo, and it also have like a PvE survival mode that you can play with your friends. Whatever the case it may be, check this game out. Next up is a game that I didn't think was still going, and that is Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare series. I say series because there's 1, 2, and Battle for Neighborville. Now, I don't know specifically if, the third game is like the first two games, but I've played it a little bit, and it's somewhat like a hero shooter. You play as different plants or zombies, each with various abilities and skills that they can offer to the table. And let me tell you, it's pretty solid. Although you gotta take time to practice the game. And I'm not gonna say like it's a bad game from what I've played. It's a little sweaty, not gonna lie, it's a little sweaty. But I had a good time with it overall. Just looking at the weird looking characters and having fun with it. But if I may, just personal preference, I would prefer you guys to buy Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2. Because the first game doesn't have that many characters, but the second game offers more characters to the table, and I think it has more life if you think about it. But, other than that, that's just my preference. Go check it out if you want to see other games like that. And the final game for honorable mentions is Divine Knockout. Now, for those of you guys who are trying to cut corners and not spend a lot of money, keep your ears open. This is the game. This is one of those games where you can keep your pockets safe from another dollar being spent. Now, in this game, you play as these little chibi type characters, but don't underestimate them. Each one of these gods and deities and titans can kick yo ass. Now, in some ways it's a hero shooter, in other ways it's not. But I had a little bit of fun playing this game. As a little bit of caution, this game is sweaty and you will find people who do nothing but play that game and spam cheap characters. It's kind of like Smash Bros, but keep that in mind. There is no character roles, but choosing a specific character does offer particular move sets and skills. Honestly, it's not a bad choice though. It's just very sweaty though, like I said before. So, check it out, because there's no excuse. You can get it for free. Alright, for this category, the best of the rest. Games that I somewhat say is slightly better than the other previous games, or in some ways much more, how should I say it, up to date to today's standards. So here we go, we're starting things off with Apex Legends. Now, this game, to me personally, it's a love and hate relationship. Like, I love the game sometimes, and sometimes I just hate it. But it's a game where you have different, and I say different characters, because most of these characters are rememberable. They have their own bits of dialogue. They have their own skills, abilities, emotes, you name it. And to top it all off, if you're one of those people who don't like Battle Royale, don't worry. You got Mixtape to kind of save the day. And if I were some of y'all, sometimes I'll sit on Mixtape, and I only get off if it's gun run, because I don't like doing gun run. But this season, if you're one of those people who want to play by yourself, I got some good news for you. There is solos. They have solos for a limited time only, and you can play it. And this game is available for the low price of FREE, that spells free. Play this game right now, baby. Nah, I'm sorry. I had to try that once. But yeah, like I said, it's free. You can play this game on your Xbox One, your PS4, your PS5, your Xbox Series S. You can even play it on your Switch and your PC. Do what you gotta do. Check it out, play with your friends, and see what you think. Next up, for anybody who's a fan of anime and also protecting your pockets, you have My Hero Ultra Rumble. Now, this is a Battle Royale type game. Some of you might dismiss this game because you might not be into that, and that's alright. But keep an ear out. Now, in this game, you play as various characters, each one with different abilities and strengths and weaknesses. On top of that, your whole goal is to keep each other alive. It's a team-based game. I don't remember if there's a solos mode, but there's a lot of stuff you can earn in this game, and it's kind of great. They got characters like Bakugo, Izuku, Midoriya, you got Uraraka, you got Froppy, you got Momo, you got Todoroki, and each one can either be a support, a damage, or some type of character who's good at covering fire. Either way it go, it's an alright game. I haven't played it in a minute, I will admit, but if you're looking for an anime game that you can get into with you and your friends, check this game out. Alright, next up on the chopping block, a game that is FREE, that spells free, version of Rainbow Six Siege, you have Rogue Company. Now, before I go into any further information about this game, it's a bit sweaty, so keep that in mind. But it's a game where you play as different agents, each with their own abilities and skills. Now, there is particular classes like duelist, support, breacher, and defender characters, where their whole goal is to make sure that they can protect a point or simply keep other people alive. It's not a bad game. I haven't played this game in a minute either. But every once in a while, I think about going back to my baby Scorch, because I have so much fun lighting people up and letting them have it. So yeah, look out for this game. It does have an Xbox, PS4, and PC version you can download, and the best part is there is crossplay. And there is private match too, if you're looking to just go head to head with your friends. The next game up on the chopping block of the best of the rest, you have Blizzard's baby. If anyone couldn't guess what I was talking about earlier, this is Overwatch. Not any ordinary Overwatch, but Overwatch 2. I had to say that because they really think that putting a 2 emphasis unchanged and more different gameplay elements, but it doesn't. It's just the same game. They just want you to spend more money on it. Anyways, another hero shooter like the rest, but there's 3 roles instead of, the particular 4 or 5 maybe in certain games. But here there's 3 roles. You have like assault type legend or hero, whatever you want to call them, and then you have the defense dudes, and then you have the support people. You need those 3 to really make a difference in any game. There's different heroes and abilities that each one can offer, and maybe you can main a couple of them, because if I were you, it's better to main 3 people instead of 1, because that one that you always like to use, people will take them. But just like one of the other games I mentioned, this game offers crossplay. It's available on Xbox One, Xbox Series S and X, PS4, PS5, PC, and Nintendo Switch. And to top it all off, this game is free. I'm done saying that. It's free. Go get it. No excuse. The last game I have to give up to you guys is Paladins. Now, I know a lot of people are not too keen on Paladins, being that, oh, it's like this game, but it's not that much fun, blah, 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 blah. Like, shut up. I have more fun playing this than I do Overwatch, and I'm not trying to be mean or critical. That's just my preference. Being that in Paladins, there are so many other legends that you can use. Some legends are in some ways a copy of another, but I feel that's a good thing, because then that means you can have a different character you can choose if that one character is already picked. My personal favorites is Tyra, maybe Kinessa, messing around with Rukus, or my favorite healer of all time, Saris. But yeah, just like Overwatch, there's things you need to know. Xbox Series XS1, PS4, 5, PC, and Nintendo Switch have cross-play. And most of all, FREE, free. You can also do a private match instead of fighting against people if you don't want to do that. You can also fight against the bots if you feel kind of rusty. You can make loadouts for your characters that actually differ in their strengths. There's also attributes you choose before the start of a match that give you different abilities, which changes your character exponentially. But yeah, this game offers a lot on the table. I'm just saying. Alright, that's all for today. I hope you guys enjoy these selections that I had in mind. If you have any further selections or you just want to chat down below, please leave a comment down below. With that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.